So everything was going normal. And we came back to check on our previous faction, which was called Bixville, which was not revealed because it was kind of old and we started recording before after we left this faction. But when we came back to check on it, it was completely destroyed. Everything in Bixville was gone. Everybody was worried. They didn't know who did it. Bixville was the origin of this entire server, and it was quite important. Well, not important to me because, as you can see, I was literally naming my sword Cool Flashing Awesomeness Sword because I was kind of bored. But everybody else were pretty mad about it and they wanted to find out who did it. And a conversation was going on. Everybody thought it was Prakhar, Master Prakhar, 123, because he was the one who always did these type of pranks. But then, as said in the chat, it was Ashwin. Everybody was trying to negotiate, finding out why. Prakhar was still being mean by killing Assassin. I mean, Assassin killed Prakhar. And Ashwin was admitting to killing, saying he blew it all up. And then another war had begun. This time a full-scale war. It was not me and Andrew versus Ashwin. It was almost the entire server against Ashwin. Assassin, Master Prakhar, Andrew, me, everybody was going against him. So guys, this was still in the stream where there was no microphone and my microphone wasn't working. And as you can see, Celine Gamer FPS 0758, I believe, was helping me build the house. And but in the chat something was happening, but I wasn't paying attention. I was trying to make my house look better and I still was. This was right after the previous episode where I was trying to make my house better. I was collecting iron and yes, I was using much more brick slabs because I thought it would be nicer. And I didn't always want to use the water elevator, so I built this smooth mechanism that'll help me go down. And I also built this part that brought us in. But I knew there was a war going on. So when I heard Ashwin say, I am putting it in the chat, I thought he placed some TNT underground because that's the normal thing to do. But little did I know, it was right above me. I didn't see it at the time, but it was right on top of my screen. I saw a massive pool of lava raining down on me, like a wall separating everything. I was in awe. I rushed to my house to try and protect it, but I didn't realize that I wouldn't be able to go back. Because my house was made mostly out of wood, I thought it would burn. That's why I came to my house. But yes, as my previous self said, this is looks so cool. But then I knew I needed a way to get inside because that's where all the wars and fights were going to happen. Wow, there's a chicken there. I tried to build some sort of gate, but I had to run back because of lava. I thought it would just stop there, but then I realized Minecraft had at least a little bit physics and lava started rolling down. I tried blocking it off, which worked at the start, blocking the lava from coming to my wooden staircase. I tried to do it again, but this time I failed since my and I actually got burnt. And I knew I couldn't do anything more, so I didn't have any food on me. That's why I didn't. That's why I ate a enchanted golden apple for hunger. Then I realized somebody else with creative was trying to bring it down, and a chicken survived. Yay! Oh, I killed it. Um. So as we were saying, I was terrified. Now couldn't even know how I could get in there since it was built with cobblestone and covered with water. It would take much longer to mine. But this just looked colossal. And looking back at what I saw when it was coming down, I knew lava had to at least be 3 blocks wide, so it would take a lot of stuff. I tried covering it like this, bridging next to it, and yes, that was my fault, but I had fire resistance from my golden apple, so I was fine. I tried building up to it after getting up front. And meanwhile, everybody was trying to negotiate with Ashwin. See, the thing, Ashwin has off a lot of times because he's Andrew's mother's friend's son. And he's basically a co-owner of the server too, which explains why he has op and how he was able to do this. But his op could be taken away. So here I just tried to bridge. So now I had successfully gotten to the other side with my fire resistance. But that's what I thought, but I was actually in the middle. It has been more than 3 blocks wide. I returned to try and place the block, but I couldn't see it properly. Then, with my, I guessed it and I placed it actually. But since I couldn't see it, I tried placing it again and again, which ultimately wasted a lot of time. Then water came and everything turned into cobblestone, which made everything much better. But everybody was quite angry with Ashwin for being creative. And when the lava went, I realized I had actually placed the block. I looked up and saw the massive cobblestone wall. As everything was raining and thunders were striking, I tried to get the water out of the way, but it just made everything worse. So, as I was climbing up the stone wall, everybody else was there. The last things was happening. The final words of the server. Andrew was so proud of what he built. I couldn't see it, so I increased my render distance. But he was ready to let go because he was proud of what he built. This city filled with really good builds that was torn by the war. The time was over.